Alright guys, welcome back to All Rap No Cap right here on YouTube. Make sure you guys like the video, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Now let's get into it. So we have to talk about it. We need to talk about it. 2020 was a year for the Crips. They dominated the rap game. Like, there was no other gang that dominated the rap game like the Crips did. Now, I'm not bigging up any gangs. I'm not promoting any gangs or anything like that. I'm just stating the obvious. Like, from the East Coast to the West Coast to down south to the Midwest, like, dominated the game. Like, there's no lying about that. Now, you guys can let me know down in the comments, like, what do you think about that statement right there? That the Crips dominated the rap game in 2020. Now, you guys can let me know down in the comments. Now, let's get into it. So, East Coast, Pop Smoke. One of the hardest artists, if not the hardest artist on the East Coast for this year. Like, and he's passed a few months now. Like, RIP Pop Smoke definitely did his thing while he was alive. Like, he was 20 years old. Pop Smoke was 20 years old when he passed. And at 20 years old, like, he attained fame. Like, he made it to the top. Like, he was that guy in New York. Like, a lot of people were saying Pop Smoke was the next king of New York. No cap. A lot of people were saying that. Like, forget all the 6ix9ine BS. Like, Pop Smoke definitely held it. Like, his album was one of the hardest albums this year. Still is right now. It's been, what, 2-3 months since that album dropped, and still one of the best albums this year. Like, Pop Smoke held it down. On one again, he wears blue. That's his favorite color, you know. Just saying, like, definitely held it down in 2020. Now, also for the East Coast, we had Fabio Foreign. Fabio Foreign representing the Wu. Another Crip gang, definitely did his thing in 2020. One of the XXL freshmen. Like, he was one of the few people we actually did know on that XXL freshman cover. I'm just saying, like, a lot of those dudes who were on the list, I'm not gonna call any names, to me, shouldn't have been on the list. You know? Shouldn't have been. Like, Foreign didn't make the list. Foreign should have made the list. But anyway, let's get back into it. Fabio Foreign definitely did his thing. Big Drip was one of the hardest songs this year in the clubs. No cap. You guys can't deny it. Now, West Coast, Roddy Ricch and Blueface definitely held it down. Now, obviously, Blueface, like, he did his thing, but not as good as Roddy. Like, Roddy Ricch was the hardest rapper on the West Coast for this 2020. Like, nobody can deny it. Like, you guys, if you want to deny it, like, you got to look at the numbers. You have to look at the numbers. That album what Roddy Ricch released is the second highest, I want to say the second highest rap album this year. Like, he definitely did his thing. Like, Roddy Ricch was the hardest rapper on the West Coast. Everybody was singing the box. Everybody's like that little that sound. Like, Roddy Ricch held it down. Blueface was the second hardest rapper on the West Coast. To me, personally, once again, he's a Crip doing his thing. Like, those two rappers held it down for the West Coast, and you guys should just no deny. Like, you can let me know down in the comments, like, if you think any rapper should have replaced maybe Blueface or Roddy Ricch. If you think like they were harder on the West Coast than those two artists, like, I highly doubt it. But you guys can let me know down in the comments. Make sure you like the video, make sure you subscribe. Now let's get back into it, right? So we did East Coast, we did West Coast. Now we gotta go down south. Now, down south, they were just going crazy. You had Lil Baby. You had Young Dolph. You had Quando Rondo. Like, these dudes were definitely killing the game. Like, Lil Baby alone, like him, like, if we just mention Lil Baby, like, you have to say number one. He has a number one album this year in the United States of America. The number one album. When it comes to hip-hop, Lil Baby has the number one album in the US. No other rapper. No other. A lot of people loves NBA Youngboy. Like, I know a lot of people blackball him and stuff like that. Like, he was one of the hardest rappers this year. No cap. But he did not sell more records than Lil Baby. And once again, I'm just saying, the hardest Crips, like the hardest rappers in the game, were mostly Crips. Down south, Lil Baby definitely run things. Like, he was one of the hardest, he was the hardest artist overall this year. Once again, a Crip. He was the hardest artist down south. Once again, a Crip. Now, next up to me, PRE, Young Dolph, he held it down. Like this year, Young Dolph, he didn't even release as much music as he normally does, and he was killing the game. Young Dolph gave away a blue Lamborghini during the pandemic. Like a lot of people trying to save money, dude. Like this dude is giving away a $300,000 car in the pandemic. Like he definitely did his thing. Like the whole rap game, like we all know we had the Gotti versus Dolph beef, like that right there, and you had a lot of rappers going against PRE for Moneybag Yo, Black Youngster Yo, whatever. But Dolph came out on top. Like he's the only rapper wearing blue diamonds, blue jewelry. He has the blue Sonic. Like he is killing the game. Like no cap. Now you guys can let me know, like who else in the rap game that's a Crip that you think should have been on this video. Like we have to say honorable mention, 30 Deep Grimy. 30 Deep Grimy from St. Louis. Definitely did his thing this year. Like honestly, I just heard his music this year. Like I heard him on a song with him and Lil Baby, and I was like, who is this dude? Comes to find out he's a Crip, and like he was killing the game. Like he was another person in the rap game, another rapper representing the dudes in blue, and they were definitely killing stuff. Like this year 2020, the Crips definitely held it down in the rap game. Like without them shining so hard this year, I would not been able to make this video. So you guys make sure like the video, subscribe, and if you think that you have another rapper that should have been on this list, make sure you comment down below. Make sure you like the video. All rap no cap right here on YouTube.